absolutely fabulous. She's going to be massive, and you've seen her here tonight first. It's Miss Sarah Millican!
Tell you a little bit about me first. I got married at 22 and divorced at 29. Have I got any divorcees in? Give us a cheer. Some really happy people, well done. Have I got anybody in here who's married? Give us a cheer if you're married. You sound as happy as that fella up there. Never mind, your time will come. Who's married at the front? Give us a wave if you're married. Let's have a look. Nice lady, how long have you been married? 3.5 years. Oh, you're nearly done. When I got divorced, I moved back in with my mum and dad. That's not good, is it? No. When we first split up, somebody said it was like a bereavement. It's one of those stock phrases that roll out to people who've never thought of peeing on the husband's toothbrush. I'm not telling them. Time's a healer. Plenty more fish in the sea. My own personal favourite, I never liked him. That was me mum. Still get the how are you head tilt, how are you? Just want to get it straight, it isn't like a bereavement at all, because if he died, I'd have had me mortgage paid. And I could have danced on his grave. When we first split up, I wanted to see a counsellor, and she suggested that I read Paul McKenna's How to Mend a Broken Heart. Got to page 30, and I slept with a 23-year-old. It's not what it said. It's what it should have said. Because it really bloody worked. When I bought the book, I bought it off Amazon, and underneath it said, customers who bought this also bought suicide isn't always the answer. Because it sometimes is. But when I became newly single, a friend of mine bought me a teapot for one cow. She's not my friend anymore. She's not even alive anymore. She's alive, she's just heavily disfigured. Some kind of teapot-related incident. But I had a bit of a New Year's resolution this year, decided that I was going to start watching me weight. I realised watching me weight doesn't imply that it's going to get any less, does it? Just like I'm documenting how fat I'm going to get. But I think because my downfall is cakes and puddings, I don't really drink an awful lot, and I was going to say I don't do drugs, but I did have a space cake once. I just heard the word cake. I just found it really dry. I mean, I might not know drugs, but I do know cake. I just think a bit of buttercream wouldn't have gone astray. It's almost like they hadn't thought about the cake part at all. But I think I'm like everybody else in that there are bits of me I really don't like, and I really don't like my legs. And recently I decided, sod it, nobody cares but you, just wear a skirt. So I wore a skirt, and on the first day of wearing a skirt, I got whistled at by a builder. How good is that? Wasn't so much a wolf whistle as he went... It's not the same thing at all, is it? It's like you would a little dog. But I did, in a moment of stupidity recently, I did toy with maybe getting myself some thigh-high boots, and sort of fishing for a compliment, I said to my sister, where would I get thigh-high boots that would fit my thighs? And she said, well, trannies must get them from somewhere. But I've been going through things that have been in storage and deciding what to keep and what to bin, and I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with my wedding dress. Let's get some suggestions from the audience. What about somebody from the top layer? Tell me, what do you think I should do with my wedding dress? Give us a suggestion.
Burn it!
Oh, did you hear that straight away? Bill even finished my sentence. Burn it. Are you all right? Somebody give him a cuddle up there. Burn it. That's a bitter man, isn't it? Burn it. Put the ex-husband in it and just burn it. Pretty sure that's murder. What about a suggestion from the lovely ladies in the front here? What about any of you lovely ladies? Give me a suggestion. What do you think? Oh, you're conferring, that's good. Tell me. Charity shop. I thought about that because there's one not far from where Mum and Dad live. It's always just full of pensioners. And I love the idea of an old lady buying it for like £4 and just twirling. Lovely, bless. Some people often suggest that I sell it. As an audience, do you think there's much of a market for a second-hand wedding dress, yes or no? Yeah, for some fellas. Did you hear the fellas? Yes. Get a cheap one. And everyone get the flowers from a graveyard. They're quite a nice, normal audience. I sometimes get quite weird suggestions. The weirdest one I've ever had, this guy said to me, totally straight face, I think you should wear it and follow him round in it. And I looked at his girlfriend who was sitting beside him as if she was going to go, what's he like? And she just went... That's not my favourite one. My favourite one I've ever had, somebody said I should wear it on first dates. No, I'm not looking for anything serious. La, la, la. Oh, you've been really nice. But I'll leave you with one thing. I've noticed recently how you can tell as a woman whether or not you're overweight. It's during the throes of passion, when your partner picks you up. Whether or not he says 1, 2, 3 first. You've been lovely. Thank you very much. Good night.
Please welcome to the stage the wonderful Kerry Godliman!
Very nice. And you're all having a drink because it's the weekend? I don't drink, unfortunately. I used to go to AA meetings, which is a bit awkward, isn't it, to bring up at a comedy event. But just to reassure you, the group I used to belong to was actually called Anonymous Alcoholics. And we'd just meet down the local pub and just get utterly shit-faced and not tell each other our names. So the credit crunch, that's dragging on, isn't it? It's a strange thing, the phrase credit crunch is getting a little bit laboured now. I'm getting bored of the expression. Everyone's blaming everything on the credit crunch, weather's shit, credit crunch, car won't start, credit crunch. Got chlamydia now, credit crunch. Can't blame everything on it, really. You've got to rein that in. And this is the thing, because obviously you don't know where you are. People use phrases and expressions, and it's a sort of, you know, this is the culture we live in, a bit of bullshit culture. I saw an advert recently for a 5-door car, and when I got down to the showroom, it turned out to be a 4-door car with a boot. You can't go around changing the name of things. That's not reasonable, is it? Where do you draw the line with that scale of bullshit, really? What then is the petrol flap? Is that a fairy door? Because if they said that, I'd get one. I'd be so excited. It's got a door for fairies. Is it coming yellow? I'd be over the moon. So these are the things that I don't... You know, it's difficult to... Like, people use expressions that I suppose they've picked up off the telly, phrases and exaggeration. That's a thing, you know, that we get used to. I cooked a meal for my friend recently, and she said, oh, I can't eat that because I've got a wheat, lactose, banana, Marmite intolerance. I think you've got an eating disorder. It's a strange thing. She said, oh, I've given up drinking during the week. Well, you'll dehydrate. So, yes, I had a baby. Last year I had a baby. It's weird when people clap that. That's nice, but it's just procreation. But yes, I had a baby. It was lovely. It was boring being pregnant. God, they drag that out, don't they? That does go on. It takes a really long time to cook a human. 9 months, traditionally. And... people want to talk to you quite a lot about it. That's what I found whilst being pregnant. Especially old ladies. They love to talk about it with you. Old ladies at bus stops. They'll just come up to you, see you're pregnant and go, oh, is it your first? Are you excited? This is what you get asked all the time. Are you excited? You excited? You first? You excited? And I'd say, well, sometimes I'm excited, but I can't sustain excitement because it's an emotion, it's transient. Sometimes I've got a sort of choking, suffocating sensation that I've made an irreversible mistake. No, don't go away, come back. But they don't want to have that conversation, old ladies at bus stops. They want to play the guess the gender game. That's their favourite game. They love that game. It's amazing to me that a game with a 50-50 outcome can evoke such speculation from old women. But they do really love that game. It's amazing. They're like, oh, do you know what you're going to have? I said, no. They said, I'll tell you. Your bump, it's high, as opposed to low. And it was the same with Maud. And I saw 2 magpies last Thursday. And I've got a mate called Roy. So you're going to have a boy. I said, back off, witch. You haven't got a clue. I had a girl. This is how assured they are about these things. And it's so boring being pregnant because you can't drink. That's the crap bit. I used to go to pregnancy yoga. That wasn't particularly fun, but the woman that ran the group was extraordinarily patronising. And so she'd welcome us in. We'd all waddle in and sit in a big circle on bean bags. And she'd welcome us in and she'd say, hello, ladies. Mummies to be. We're going to go around the group. We're going to ask everybody their name, how many weeks pregnant they are, and how they feel. Okay? So by the time it came around to me, I was like, hello, my name's Kerry. I'm 28 weeks pregnant. How do I feel? I've got a terrible hangover. That was quite funny. Watching all these women go, ah! Can you drink now? Can you drink? Have they changed the rules on all of that? It's a strange thing. And I'm 35. You see, the media's always going on and on about women leave it later and later to have children. We're always hearing about that, aren't you? You're not meant to do that, apparently. You're not meant to leave it too late. If you're thinking of doing that, you're meant to put your eggs in a Tupperware box, stick them at the back of the fridge. And they say that the reason my generation leave it later and later to have children is because we've got arrested development. This is what they put it down to. We don't want to grow up. We're too busy pretending to be young. And I didn't realise how true that was until I told my oldest friend that I was having a baby, my old mate that I went to school with. I said to her, I'm pregnant. And she went, oh my God, are you going to keep it? Have you told your mum? You're 38. Tell me this, why do baby clothes have pockets? Where are they going? That's brilliant. That creates images of a 10-week-old baby going, wallet, keys, phone. Let's go. She's got a pocket in her hat. What's that for your fags? You don't need a pocket in your hat, do you? Needless waste of fabric. This is annoying. Friends of mine that haven't got kids but that have got a dog and think it's the same. I was chatting to a friend of mine because my daughter's very mobile. She can really move now, and I was thinking about getting one of those cages, playpen, and I thought, oh, it's a bit cruel. So I was chatting to my friend about it, and he said, well, what we do with Edward, that's his dog. He said, what we do with Edward is we put him in a kennel with a chain. I said, that seems extreme. He's like, well, don't blame me when she shits under the sofa and bites through electric wiring. You've been an absolute delight and look forward to the rest of your weekend tonight.
Please go wild for Miss Zoe Lyons!
Doubly nice for me to be here because I actually grew up in Ireland. I grew up in a little place called Ballypatrick in Tipperary. If you've heard of it, we are so related. Are you in? Dada! Ah! It's a small town, people. Well, town is pushing it. It's a small little village. It's properly small. It's so small our telephone number was 5. That's how small. Our phone didn't even have a dial on it. It didn't. It had a little wind-up handle at the side. I don't know whether you remember these. My mum used to wind up the phone and it would go straight through to the post office and somebody there would put you through manually. And my mum would phone up and go, hello, it's Julie. It's 5. Can you put me through to 4, please? And the woman in the post office would go, there's no point, Julie. I've just seen her walking past the window now. I can shout after her now if you like, but there's no point, really. She's out. Leave it. My first school was in Ireland. I went to one of those proper little rural schools where there was 5 classes in one room. If you went down a year, you just moved desk. That was it. One girl in our class who could read, but we had to burn her because we thought she was a witch, you know. Nobody likes to show off, do they? Now, Bridget, reading, where will that ever get you? No. Fuzzy felt. That's the future. Fuzzy felt and Play-Doh. It's bendy and it tastes great. But my mum's English, I've sort of inherited that sort of English awkwardness. Do you know what I mean? We're kind of feisty but don't know what to do with it. Do you know what I mean? That sort of, not sure. I saw a beautiful example of this a couple of weeks ago in London. I was walking down the South Bank in London and I saw two teenagers drinking cans of cider on a bench, drinking away and shouting abuse at tourists. And then one of them finished his can of cider and threw it on the floor like that. And his friend just looked at him and went, Robert, no. No. We're binge drinkers, but we're not litterbugs. I get it myself, though, that sort of angst. I'm not sure where to put it. I've discovered that I'm so English that there's a part of me that doesn't even like to use my car horn anymore, in case it's interpreted too aggressively by the driver in front of me. It's pathetic. My car has a horn. I'll just sit there and go, no, I'm not going to use it. It comes across really angry. No, I'll just sit here. I think I need an English car horn for my English car. I need a car horn that just goes... Sorry, it's just the lights have changed. No, about 5 minutes ago. Sorry, it's not overly aggressive. I do apologise. I'm just late for a dialysis appointment. I'm so sorry. I'm awkward, though. I'm an awkward person. I get myself in sort of awkward situations. I walked into a shop the other day. I was in London. I walked into a shop and I caught sight of myself on a CCTV monitor. I don't know whether they've ever done this. I caught sight of myself and went, oh my God. Oh, my God, is that me? Is that me? Is that me? Because you're at a funny angle, aren't you? So you've got to make sure it is you. So you end up doing the is that me dance into the CCTV monitor. In the shop going, is that me? Is that me? Is that me? Is that me? That is me. That is me. Look at that. Look at the state of that. Look at the hair on that. And I had this awful thought. I thought, if I go missing... I decided I've got to look after myself a bit more, eat a bit more healthily. I struggle with health food. I find health food quite smug. I don't know about you. There's a health food shop around the corner from where I live, and I often go in there, not to buy anything, you understand, just to slap a vegan round the face with a steak and run off. It's the little things in life that keep you going, isn't it? You just run in there. Come on, you pasty-faced bugger. Come on. Chase me. What's that burning smell? Protein. Oh, yeah. That'll be protein, yeah. Why aren't you running? Because you fainty. You fainty. You fainty. I don't do the competitive aspect of life very well at all. I am the sort of person who will wander around a graveyard just to give myself a brief sense of one-upmanship. Do it. It's brilliant. You always come out feeling like a champion of that. Who's winning? I'm winning, yeah. Dorothy, dead in 1859. Beat ya in your face, Dot. I hate competitive people. Everybody knows one of those people that comes up to you and goes, I'm sorry, Zoe, but I'm just really competitive in everything I do. I'm like, oh, yeah? Well, then you're an arsehole. But if it makes you feel any better, you are the best arsehole I have ever met. People so stupid to go, oh, you are the reason my tins of soup come with cooking instructions. You see beautiful examples of people not thinking all around you, don't you? Flying over here today, I was on a plane. Best way to fly, I find. And I was on a plane, but there was no row 13 on the plane. So I said to the air stewardess, no row 13 on this plane. Why is there no row 13 on this plane? She went, oh, it's because people think it's unlucky to sit in row 13. I went, really? There's obviously not a lot of thinking going on there, is there? When you think, they think it's unlucky to sit in row 13. Now, I am no aviation expert, but I've done quite a bit of flying, right? And I have never been at 33,000 feet with a very large gin and tonic and a packet of peanuts, and all of a sudden, row 13, seats A to F, has dropped through the fuselage. And everybody else is carried on quite merrily. I have never seen that. People in row 12 turning round going, oh, that was lucky, wasn't it? that has just gone, hasn't it? That's just clean gone. People in 14 going, look at that, leg room, brilliant. I didn't pay for that. Brilliant. Folks, thank you ever so much. I've been Zoe Lyons. Thank you for listening. Good night. Cheers.
Miss Andi Osho is here!
In Leeds. I'm from Newham in East London, voted the 3rd worst place to live in Britain. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, quite proud. Beat Hackney, they only came 5th. Who's the daddy now? Who's the daddy is someone being chased by the Child Support Agency. Now, I'll give you an example, right, of what Newham is like, okay? Right, this happened on my local bus, right? The bus is crawling down the bus lane, right? And there's this girl at the back of the bus. Now, I'm not judging, all right? But she was white and chavvy. Now, well, what? That is like the only social group that black people know for definite we can look down on. Straight up. Seriously, I look at chavvy types and I go, look, it's you bringing the house prices down now, not us. All right? I'll tell you a couple of facts about chavvy types, right? Ready? Fact number 1. Okay, there are more chavs round my way. Right? Number 2. Yeah, that was it. Right? They don't wear glasses. Right? Apart from Little Ben in EastEnders, but he doesn't really count, bless him. And by the way, the woman that plays him is amazing. Well, she's one of the Crankies. She's brilliant. I'm Debbie Dorsey. No, they don't wear glasses, right? You will never get a chavvy type round my way, go up to someone and go, wait, mate, I'm going to punch your face in. Seriously, you won't. The reason? Because there are no opticians in Newham, OK? The closest you'll get to an optician round my way is someone going, oi, look where you're going. That is our opticians. I don't even want to go back. I'm trying to get someone to adopt me. Hey, you could adopt me. Mate, you could adopt me. Do you want to see my adopt me face? Are you ready? It's going to break your heart. You ready? Just £2 a month. Thing is, you just have to beat Madonna out of the way first, though, eh? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Come on, we hate Madonna. Look how much charity work she's had to do just to get us to like her. She's all over Africa. She's like malaria. But still searching for a cure. Now, so I'm on this bus, right? This is why Newham is the 3rd worst place to live in Britain. And we did try for 2nd place, but Hull, who knew? Really? Now, right, so I'm on the bus, right? Bus is crawling down the bus lane, and this girl shouts out across the whole bus. She goes, oi, driver, hurry up, mate, some of us have got to go court, innit? But then she looks around to include all of us in that, because obviously we're all going to court. I was like, speak for yourself. I'm on bail. I'm guessing she's not the judge. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe she is Chantel QC. Can't see it myself. Round our way, it'd be MC Chantel QC. Thank you very much. She'd be there in court going, you're getting 5 years because you mugged that little old lady. But if you're good and if you're lucky, then just maybe. Right? You'll be out in 2 weeks because this system's bare crazy. All rise. That's what you get off her, bless her. Bless her heart. I love that sound that, like, the MCs... Because it was on like, MCs records for a while. They always had that sort of hoo. And I always thought, it sounds like an animal, right? But how did they decide that that was the animal sound that was going to go on all their records? Do you know what I mean? Like, did they try other sounds out first? Did they go into the studio and go, bro, I've got an idea, right? Hit record. Check this out, yeah? Check 1, 2, respect is overdue. To reggae music, both old and new. Meow. They should have at least tried it. You know what I mean? I'm really stupid, though. I love stupid sounds. Like, I love the stupid sounds that we used to make when we were little kids. I wish we still did them now. Like, who used to do this when they were little? Who went, I'm telling. Yeah. Excellent. Did you do that? Yeah. You grass. No one likes the grass. But I think we should still do it now in our adult lives. Like, say your mate calls you up, Claire, it's me, I've been having an affair, Darren doesn't suspect a thing, and you just go, I'm telling. This is another one, right? I used to do this when I was a little kid, right? I used to do this. I used to go, and like have a competition with your brothers and sisters to see who could do it the longest. You cheated, you breathe, when I tell him Cool. Some people know what I'm talking about, right? Other people are just staring at me like, what is wrong with her? The people that don't know what I'm talking about, I'll tell you why, okay? You had toys. Okay, the rest of us, we just had, That's all we had. But I want you guys to enjoy this. The people that don't know what I'm saying, I want you to enjoy this. And I want you to bring it into your adult life. I'll tell you exactly when you use it, right? If you find yourself in a bit of an awkward, difficult situation, right? And you don't know what else to say that. Right? Picture the scene. Say someone comes up to you and goes, did you realise you were doing 40 miles an hour in a 30 mile an hour zone? And you just turn around to them and just go, Ladies, you've been absolutely delightful. Thank you so much for having me. Good night.
Please welcome Miss Shappi Khorsandi!
So I'm Shappi, and I am a female Iranian stand-up comedian. The other comics backstage, they call me the box ticker. Because you grow into your name. Whatever name you're given, your personality fits into it. Like, have you ever met a Karen who isn't really outgoing and a bit crazy? Or a Fiona who isn't a complete bitch? Any Fionas in tonight? No, they're all out eating babies. I tell you what, if you ever want to have a real laugh, travel to America with an Iranian passport. If you haven't got one, I'll give you one of mine. I've got loads. I was checking in at Los Angeles airport, and at first they were lovely. They were like, oh my God, I love her accent. Oh my gosh, she's from Iran. Search the bitch. So, geez, you guys are so harsh here at immigration. I'm worried. You see, I'm worried they're going to bomb Iran. I rang up my granny who lives in Iran. I said, Granny, that's her name. They say they're going to bomb you next. How do you feel about that? I didn't just blurt that out, obviously. I prefaced it with other little bits of chit-chat. You know, how are the cousins? They're all dead. Let's move on. And she said, well, darling, depends on when they bomb us. I'm building extension to my kitchen. If they bomb before, it might help. By the way, this isn't an Iranian accent. This is a genetic foreign accent I do, because I'm trying to get work on Radio 4 drama. I'm such a big fan of the Archers. I'm so overexcited. But I love the Radio 4 dramas, because Radio 4 tries to be very culturally inclusive. And they set their plays in exotic places, and on a Saturday you tune in and the announcer will go, now we go over to our Saturday play, The Milkmaid of Kabul. And wherever the play is set, the signature tune is always like this. Hey, 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 Fatima, fetching the goats. I digress. So, my granny said, depends on when they bomb us. I'm building extension to my kitchen. If they bomb before, it might help. If they bomb afterwards, I kill them. Possibly not the most powerful anti-war argument you've ever heard, but builders in Tehran are pricey, and there are no Polish people. Now, if you're wondering if that joke was politically correct, it's fine. I checked with my cleaner. I met this Indian old lady at a bus stop recently, and she thought I was Indian, you know, because of my face. And she started chatting to me in Hindi, and she was so sweet and friendly. I didn't have the heart to tell her that I don't speak Hindi, so I just pretended that I could and just nodded at everything she said. I don't know what I was agreeing to, but she went off and came back with her son for me. we were engaged for quite some time. And this Greek woman, I went into a bakery, a Greek woman ran it, and she thought I was Greek. She starts talking to me in Greek, and this time I learnt my lesson. I said, I don't speak the language. And she goes, it's not your fault, your mother should have taught you. I found myself thinking, yeah, man, I can't believe my mum never taught me Greek. Lazy cow. But we bonded, me and this lady, and as I left, she gave me a free bun. And she goes, darling, tell me, what is your name? And I was like, damn, think of a Greek name. It's Hercules. Because I am from the Middle East, people always assume that I'm religious. I'll be drinking a glass of wine, guaranteed someone will come up to me and go, what should you be drinking that? It's alcohol, you know. And I'll go, calm down, it's halal wine. The grape was cut in a humane way. See, I didn't have any religion growing up. For ages, I thought that Muslims and Jewish people don't eat pork because pigs are so cute. And I thought that rabbi was the plural for rabbit. It's not. I have a Jewish friend and she freaked out one day because she had a piece of ham by accident. I did it. I was only 8. And she freaks out going, oh my God, my rabbi's going to kill me. And I was like, why, have you not cleaned the hutch? So, I went to this quite twee primary school, but I went to a big London comprehensive school for my teenage high school years. It was a sort of school that I couldn't get eye contact with the popular girls, the in crowd, because they'd be like, what are you looking at? What? I'm not being racist, but they were always the white girls. And they used to say that they weren't my friend. They thought I was a posh snob. You're a posh snob, you're a snob. And I try and say to them, look, I'm not a posh snob. I'm no different to you, for goodness sake. I'm an outsider as well. My parents are first-generation immigrants. They can't read or write English. Just like yours. So I didn't like my school, but I have a little sister who's 15 years younger than me, and she was one of those what girls. She still is. And she goes, Shappi, man, you don't know what it's like out on the streets. I'm like, well, it's a bit parky. She goes, shut up, man, because I got mates there that can take a bullet for me. Take a bullet for her. She works in an old people's home on Saturdays. They love her. I like that. You're impressed with that? Do you want to see the Iranian version of that? Look, watch this. If you said, that makes you a racist. She likes those singers that don't really sing, they talk. Do you know the ones I mean? I'm not really singing, I'm just talking, and I don't know why I'm talking in this accent, because I was privately educated, and you shouldn't have bought my sister. That was a bit disrespectful, but I possibly shouldn't have gone down on your dad. Al fresco. Someone asked me the other day if I speak Arabic, because Iranians aren't Arab, and a lot of people think that we are, but they're very, very different. Arabic sounds like this, yalla, mashallah, and Farsi, Persian, sounds like this, yalla, mashallah, completely different. But they're both very passionate languages, and that passion sometimes comes across as aggression. I've had to explain to my friends that when they hear me talking to my family going, what I'm actually saying is, oh my God, you look fabulous. Loving the necklace. Do you know, I never wanted to be a stand-up comedian. I actually wanted to be a doctor. My parents pushed me into this. They were like, only Western whores become doctors. But when I was a really little kid, I really wanted to be a horse. Because if you're a real horse, you can do a big poo in the street, and everyone just gathers around you going, isn't she magnificent? This is very showbiz. Do you know, my mum is very proud of what I do, and I took her to a showbiz party, and I was so excited because I introduced her to Lenny Henry. I pretended I knew him. I introduced her to Lenny Henry, and she was so excited, my mum. She was chatting to him, and he was going, ah! No, they were getting on really well until my mum called him Ainsley. See, that's just an example of accidental racism, isn't it? That can happen to any of us, because racism's like chlamydia, isn't it? We've all had a dose, but we don't admit to it. So I try to be so politically correct. I was talking to this Chinese man recently. You see, I nearly said Chinaman. You can't say Chinaman, that sounds too colonial. I met a Chinaman, jolly good fellow, shot him in the eye. And I said
said, so what's your name? And he said, Commiton. And I did that very PC thing of I repeated his name and I added a Chinese accent to it to show that I cared very much about the correct pronunciation. I said, oh, I see, Commiton. And he went, no, call me Tom. Shappi Khorsandi, you've been wonderful, thank you.
Please welcome the fine comedian, one of my favourites indeed. It's the wondrous Miss Jo Caulfield.
Thank you, very lovely Brighton. It's not all lovely though, is it? I've been down West Street on Saturday night. And this afternoon, I went over to the Churchill Centre and I was just wandering around because it's not all vegetarian shoes and wind chimes, is it? Let's be honest. And I was looking around, honest to God, the people in there, and I was thinking, this is weird because everyone's dressed for the gym, but you know no one's going. Isn't it? They're all covered in, like, Nike, Adidas, Kappa. I think it's ironic, isn't it, that often the more words people have written on their clothing, the less they can actually read. But to be honest with you, recently I've been having trouble sleeping, so I did actually go to the doctor about it, and she said the thing they always say, like 4 or 5 hours before you go to bed, don't drink any more tea or coffee. But then she goes, in fact, the best thing to do is have a relaxing glass of wine. How nice is that for a doctor? So that's what I've been doing. So every night before I go to bed, I have a glass of wine. I mean, it's not always easy, you know, because sometimes I'm already very drunk. Because I love going for a drink, but what I hate is the organising your friends, because there's always people who've got difficulties. Like my friend Katie, her difficulty is, well, she's got 2 beautiful children, right? She's also got one really, really ugly one. No, honest to God, it's like if Wayne Rooney had shagged the ginger one from Girls Aloud, that's this child. Yeah. No, sometimes I do go, oh, could you just turn her around? Oh, thanks. So let me ask tonight, Brighton, do we have people in love here tonight? People in love? A few women? All right, just out of interest, let me ask another question. Make some noise if you are married or in a relationship. Wow. That's really quite a lot more than said they were in love. That is very sad. But I'm actually with you, I'm with the second lot. The people in love, there is nothing more annoying than the newly in love couple, is there? They are so annoying. Like, my friend has been single a long time, and now she's just met someone special. So, I'm pleased for her because, it's difficult to meet people, especially as you get older. She had to go to salsa classes and learn all kind of skills she had no interest in at all, right? But now she's met this guy, she will not shut up about it. This is just one of the annoying things she said to me. She goes, Jo, do you know sometimes when we're in bed and he's asleep, I will sit up just to watch him sleeping. Yeah, thank you. And also, how scary is that? You wake up, she's staring at you. How many people here are more like me? How many people here, be honest, have ever gone to bed so angry at your partner that you pretend to have a nightmare just so that you can roll over and smack them in the head? I've done that twice this week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Brighton, I've enjoyed you this evening, because to me, comedy is like sex. Like, beforehand, you're a little nervous. During, best feeling ever. And then afterwards, I get paid.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please welcome the fantastic rising star that is Ava Vidal!
Hello, Swansea. How are you? I'm so excited. I'm on TV. I've done radio. I did radio recently. They called me in to talk about the Madonna adoption fiasco, because whenever anything happens that's deemed to be black, they round a few of us up and give us a microphone and go say something. I'm just standing there going, I don't know. I agreed with the adoption. Because I think Madonna's doing a lot for the country, because when she got David, she donated 1.5 million to the orphanage he came from. And then other people criticise that and say, well, what she's actually done is gone to Africa and buy a black child for £1.5 million. And someone said to me, surely you find that offensive? I was like, not really. I find it exciting because I've got 2 black kids at home. I can't lie to you. I skipped home that day. I was like, kids, you need to get your coats on. And their faces lit up. They were so excited. They're like, ooh, Mummy, where are we going? I was like, I don't know, but with a street value of 1.5 million each, you're not staying in my house. So that's cruel. I'm joking. I really am. If you've met my kids, you'd realise that's a joke, because they are not worth that. I'm not one of those parents that lies. My children disgust me. Especially, more my daughter. My daughter's 14 years old now. Has anyone else here got teenage children? Yes. Do you hear that lack of enthusiasm? Yeah. Because it is. It's like, you know, you get a little baby, you take it home, and it's so sweet, and you forget it grows. And I feel like my daughter tricked me into keeping her. Because when she was little, she was so cute, and it's like she woke up on her 13th birthday and somehow got an attitude overnight. Like, everything that she does is over the top. And she came in at the end of last term, she kicked open the front door, and she was crying her eyes out. And I was really alarmed. I went, oh my God, what's wrong? She went, I hate my whole life. And I went, well, why? And she went, because I'm fat. I went, well, yeah. So could you at least have the common decency to be jolly? And it's not just me, she's starting to get in trouble at school. And I was called into her school because she graffitied another child's exercise book. And what she wrote on this book was, Lucy is an arsehole. I know, my firstborn, I was so proud. I don't like getting called to see my kids' teachers, OK? I don't know if we've got any teachers here at all. Any teachers? Oh, you're a teacher. Oh, well, I don't like you. And I've always had problems with teachers. I wasn't great at school myself. My dad actually sent me off to boarding school. They were sick of it. And he sent me to a prep school in a place called Haywards Heath in West Sussex. Does anyone know it? It's nice around there, isn't it? It's quite villagey, it's quite posh, it's quite picturesque, and it's slightly racist, but in the nicest possible way. I've never suffered such classy racism in my entire life. Because my cousins grew up in East London. They'd tell me they'd walk down the street and people would shout stuff at them, like, you know, go back to where you come from. I never heard that in Haywards Heath. It was more like, return from whence you came. You've got to respect manners, really. So I'm called to see this teacher, and teachers make me nervous, and when I get nervous, I start laughing. So she's showing me what my daughter's written, and I'm on the floor absolutely wetting myself. Right? And she went, do you think this is funny? I said, well, clearly. And they always blame the parents. She goes, oh, don't you think it's your job as a mother to stop her doing this kind of thing? And I went, but she's written Lucy's an arsehole, and she spelt it A-S-S-H-O-L-E, and that's an Americanism. So let's not talk about who can't do their job properly. I had quite an interesting experience recently surrounding that whole gollywog Carol Thatcher scandal thing, because I wrote an article in The Independent about it, and basically, the gist of the article was, I don't want to be called a gollywog. And, you know, people slag racists off and say there's nothing good about them. I have to defend them just for now, because when I said I didn't want to be called a gollywog, some of these people actually sat down and took their time to email me alternatives. Some of them were quite inventive. Some guy called me a she-coon. It's outrageous. And then this other guy goes, if you don't want to be called a gollywog, why don't you call yourself a niggerette? And that's the one that puzzled me, because I had no idea that niggerette was a racial slur. I thought, right, that a niggerette was something like a patch that you would stick on the arm of a black man to wean him off white women. I have to go now. I think I should stop talking. Listen, you guys, thank you very, very much for listening. I'm Ava Vidal.
We have a girl, she was on my show last year. She has gone on to achieve wonderful, wonderful things. She's a local lass done well. All your love, please, for the wonderful Sarah Millican is here!
To be here. I'm a bit of a chatterbox, so we'll have to rein it in a bit, I think, tonight. It's the only thing I was criticised for at school, was talking too much. I mean, by the teachers. I was criticised by the kids for loads of things. I was something of a nerd. It's really hard to believe, isn't it? Taught you didn't have sex till I was 22, shut up. I think it's quite cool that the thing I was criticised for is now my job. Though that's quite cool, isn't it? Take that, teachers. I just hope the same fate didn't befall the school bike. She might be in. Somebody else told me recently that I talk too much, and that was my dentist. My dentist. It wasn't like while she was trying to do stuff. It wasn't like, stop talking, woman, I'm trying to earn a Mercedes by giving you fillings you probably don't really need. I said, all of my teeth hurt. And she said, that's not possible. I said, well, it's bloody happening in my mouth, pet. So she gave me a gum shield. A gum shield. Like I need any more help to be unattractive in bed. Picture the scene. I'm in a Marxie's 90, which is a bit too tight, but it's still got a lot of wear in it. It's the perils of Marks and Spencer's, that, isn't it? You've got to burn the bloody thing before it wears out. And I've got bed socks on, regardless of the temperature outside. No makeup on, and my hair looks rubbish. And now, I'm bloody drooling as well. I was going to say I'm highly strung, but I don't think I am. I think I get agitated very easily. And, thanks. Not technically a joke. Bitch. I'll give you an example of when I got agitated the most recently. I was in a hotel room on my own, and I got trapped in my bra. Now, I can see the women are looking at me doing that. Tell me how it happened so it doesn't happen to me. And the men are just happy that I'm talking about bras, aren't you? So, I was in a hotel room, I was fastening my bra. Nice lady at the front there. Tell me, have you, when you fasten your bra, are you a back fastener or are you front and swizzle? Front and swizzle. Right, the rest of you are freaks. If I could fasten it like that, I'd be in a bloody circus. I mean, I'd just be fastening bras. I don't have any other circus skills. I asked a lady the other day and I said, are you a back fastener or a front and swizzle? And she went, neither, I do the third one. There is no third one. And I said, tell me what the third one is. And she said, just fasten it and put it on like a jumper. I said, I'm guessing that you're not wearing the right size bra, pet. But it occurred to me that there must be a fourth option as well, where you fasten it and then just step in it. Mine would get to about there and then get stuck. So I fastened my bra at the front, I started swizzling, just got out the bath, so I was a little bit claggy. It's nice to be in a room where people know what the word claggy means. I usually have to tell people to look it up on Google. So it got stuck about here, and one of the underwires got trapped underneath as well. And there weren't any boobs in it. It wasn't functioning at all as a bra. And the thought that crossed my mind was, I wonder if the fire brigade do this.
Did you say you were trapped in your car, madam?
Sounds the same. Better bring your wire cutters, pet. Just sounds as well like the worst ever episode of Final Destination, doesn't it? How did she die?
From shame.
But I've got a new nickname. I've never had a nickname before. I've been called things, but that's different. My nickname is the Cake Pigeon. Because whenever I walk past a cake shop, whenever I press myself up against a cake shop, I go, ooh. But because I sometimes talk about cakes and puddings on stage, occasionally people will bring cakes and puddings to gigs for me, which might sound like a nice thing, but it can be a little bit weird. Because it is still essentially cake from a stranger. A man came out to me a gig in London and he said, got you some cake? And I thought, oh no. And he handed me a carrier bag with a slice of unwrapped cake in the bottom. It's already wrong, that isn't it? But I wanted to be polite because he'd done it out of sweetness. And I said, that looks lovely, pet, thank you very much. That looks like carrot cake. Is it carrot cake? And he went, passion cake. I think I know cake and I don't think passion cake exists. I think it's carrot cake plus Rohypnol equals passion cake. I mean, I still ate it. As far as I'm concerned, if you're worried that something's got Rohypnol in, you just eat it at home, don't you? Because then you get a lovely night's sleep as well. And you can't remember, so you don't even feel guilty the next day. I've started buying women's magazines. I bought one recently because on the front cover it said that some female celebrities had put weight on and that they were now curvaceous. And I thought, good, we'll have a look and we'll see just how curvaceous they are. And I flicked through and the fattest woman in there, it said that she had ballooned. I repeat, she had ballooned to a size 12. A size 12. I'd give my right arm to be a size 12. My right arm might be a size 12. But there is a new way that you know you've put weight on. I don't think it's commonly known, so I feel like I should sort of spread the word. This happened to me in January, and it is genuinely upsetting. Where my boyfriend lives is a block of flats, and round the back of the block of flats is a car park. In order to get into the car park, you have to go through like a barrier, like an arm that lifts up. When it senses a car is near. I mean, I was carrying 2 big bags of shopping. But it still thought I was a Peugeot 206. But I was on holiday with my boyfriend last year and he lifted me up, like in a romantic fashion, you know, and put me down again, obviously, in a different place. Otherwise, that would just be weird. Like the guest wait at the lady stall at the fairground. Too much. But when he put me down, because I'd been reading a bit of Jane Austen, I came over all sort of... And I said, was I very heavy? And he's supposed to follow the lead and say something along the lines of, why, you weighed no more than a dried leaf. But he didn't. He went, manageable. What a lovely audience you are. This has been an absolute pleasure. Let me leave you with one final thing. I've been with my boyfriend now for 4 years, and I said to him in January, you know what, I think it's about time we started talking about the future. That's what I expected from him, like an awkward silence. Maybe some footsteps as he walked out of my life. But no, he didn't, he just smiled. Just beamed, big smile. And I was really touched. And I thought, oh my God, he wants to spend his future with me. And I said, are you sure you're all right talking about the future? And he went, what, like flying cars and that? You've been amazing. I've been Sarah Millican. Thank you very much. Good night.